and welcome TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach, y'all. Hey, we're doing a timeout, y'all. And this time, I done got a collection, man. I done gathered everybody that's been on TAAN right now for Father's Day. And, well, matter of fact, we just have one new one. I'm going to take that back. We just have one. And bringing him on, matter of fact, I will give him a shout out. And Mr. Larry Williams, happy Father's Day to you, Larry. Let me put you right here. That's my man Larry right there. My main man, he coming on for Father's Day. I had right above me, we got Dirty Rob, comedian extraordinaire. He was on earlier. And then also, who we just had on, my man Anthony and Dwayne Cubit, the 1-2-H, my man, little bad hooper there, right there, little Dwayne, y'all. So right now, I'm gonna take a time out, y'all, and we give everybody their Father's Day shout outs. Anybody want to do it? Want to get one out, Larry? You want to get one out over the air? Anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, man, you got your people there in San Antonio, man. Give a shout out to Jock, Kato Hardy, man. Two road dogs, man.
Nice. Anybody else? Okay.
I just shout out fathers.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I just shout out all the fathers, man, all the active fathers and present. You know what I mean, taking care of business, man. Happy Father's Day.
There it is, man. Okay, man. So we're gonna kick this off, y'all, and I want to talk a little bit what's happening right now. It's the NBA Finals. Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Larry, I always like your opinion about this game, man. It's 2-2. Indiana had a chance to go up 3-1, which I thought was very important. But so where you see the series going from here, man? It's 2-2, Larry.
Again, I mean, you could ask any professional analyst in the world if he just tell you which team gonna win, and he would bet his house on it. I tell you, he wouldn't do it because it's a well played game. Two good coaches, great point guards, and whenever you got a great coach and a great point guard, you got a team. I mean, basically, that is the team because the coach is gonna give you information. Whether you actually take that to the court, it all depends on who your point guard is and how he can get everybody to stay in line and do what they need to do. So both of those guys, they do it different ways, but they both lead their teams. And at the end of the day, I would say if I'm going to stick to my guns, I'll say Indiana wins. However, they put themselves in a bad situation by letting them come back the way they did to lose game 4. But again, they're a little older than OKC. So hopefully being you're older, you're wiser. And you realize, hey, we saw we were there. We just got to sketch that out ahead, and we got to go do it again. And if they do it again, I think Indiana could win.
Okay. So let's jump up here to because hold on, Larry. I'm gonna just real quick and just no explanation. Just say yay and nay, and then we're gonna come back to it for an explanation. You think Halliburton is a superstar?
Not yet. He's on the cusp.
He's on the cusp. Okay, good deal. Okay. So I'm gonna bring in my guys up top there, Anthony and Dwayne. Okay. Want to give you guys this perspective on Indiana and OKC. It's 2-2. What do you guys think is gonna go from here?
Man, like you said, I think it's a toss up. I don't think people really thought that it would be this close. Honestly, I thought for sure. I thought OKC was gonna be a more dominant team thus far. Honestly, but they seem to match up great. So I mean, it's really a toss up. You know, they've dominated each other on both ends of the court, and man, I think this has been a great playoff series all around. So I mean, I don't honestly have a pick on who I could say would win. Coming in, I said it was going to be OKC. I thought they were going to dominate, but like I said, it's just been great basketball, you know, every night. So I'm just enjoying watching the ones I catch.
That's it.
Little Dwayne. So you got SGA and Halliburton. Which one? Who you? That's you, SGA? Why you say?
Cause
Vance, let Phil in. Excuse me. Vance, let Phil in.
Oh, that's what
Let
it is.
somebody
Okay.
know. I'll give you an explanation. I know you got it.
Excuse me, little man. I ain't mean to cut you off.
But he's right though, yeah. Go ahead, Dwayne. You can answer. I got it, man.
all right. The reason I picked SGA is because SGA plays like Kobe. Okay, he can draw fouls, and he can get to the basket, and he can shoot. Hollyburn, I don't watch him. Okay, I don't know how to say his name. Hollyburn. Yeah, how he says.
You don't watch?
You don't like his game?
I barely even watch him. I only watch players I like. YC. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I pick SGA.
Okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Let's bring in my main man Phil. Let's bring him in. What's up, Philip?
L's up. You know what time it is.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give Langston University. Yeah, let's show them some love. They you know. But Phil, we catch you up, man. We're talking a little bit about the finals, and you know it's 2-2 now. OKC. I know where you leaning to. OKC and Indiana. So where you see it going from here, Phil? Where you see the?
Well, first of all, Larry, I want to thank you for getting me into the show. I've only been waiting 10 minutes. Thank you much, Vance, for not answering your phone. Appreciate it. And to everybody else on the panel, how y'all doing? Hey, look, I can tell you right now, Larry, I could take what you said and juxtapose it right over there to Oklahoma City. You know, it's a tight game, just like you could say how Indiana let the last game get away. OKC in the first game, you know. But I'm going to say that, of course, Oklahoma City, I picked them not because I thought that they would run away with anything. I thought it would be a closely matched game because Indiana, where they were at last year. You know, you look at it from last year, a more veteran team than OKC, a step further last year than OKC. So I think that with what OKC has shown throughout the year, the resiliency, the ability to take a loss and to come back and get a double-digit win, I see OKC actually, be honest with you, I see OKC closing it out the next two games. I don't see it going 7.
Okay, let me get him off the screen real quick.
You ain't like that, huh?
No, he's bringing that nonsense. He always bringing that. But no, it's all good, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. For the first time, Indiana got me wavering a little bit. You know, I'm trying to say, I'm trying to, you know, I don't want to be like Peter, you know, and say, you know, but I see him wavering. I see a little, but you know, tomorrow tell the tale.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on Halliburton, man. It's a lot of pressure. a lot of pressure because everybody keep talking about he's the buzzer, the clutch shots. So he got pressure. If the game comes down to a close shot and he got the ball, there's gonna be a lot of pressure on him to make that shot to win the game or take it to overtime. So I think most of the pressure is on Indiana at this point in the series. So I think Oklahoma just has to execute, and they got all the tools to do it.
See, I like that. Vance, I don't want to take over stepping in and over anybody, but the reason I like that is because when you look at other people, they're saying that Shea, here he is the MVP. He's been called out until this game 4. He's been called out for sorry play throughout this series. So in actuality, there is some relief on Shea because he's been playing so poorly that, with the exception of this last game, it makes him look like the well-deserved MVP he is. You have Halliburton going into this. People are trying to see and say, think about it. You have people that already had him as a superstar that are trying to backtrack on that. The thing is Magic Johnson said it. How does he distinguish what a superstar is? It's somebody that can sell out the arena away. So, again, I'm like Larry. I don't think Halliburton's a superstar yet. Can he get the job done? And does he get the job done? Yeah. But there comes a time when, if you're looking at a splash moment or throughout the entirety type of player, sometimes we get caught up on that splash moment, and there's that superstar. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, look at man. Let me get my main man Dirty in the conversation.
Dirty.
Is he woke?
What's going on?
Tell me about it.
Man, I don't know.
Dirty's in OKC right now.
What?
Yeah,
yes.
Man. So Dirty. How's the atmosphere there in OKC, man? When you're driving down the streets, going
man,
to
this weather been out here crazy like down there. Ain't nobody been driving nowhere. I ain't been out in this weather. It's been raining hard.
So y'all can't wait till tomorrow tomorrow then, huh?
Well, I caught the game the other day. It was good, but it wasn't as good as them turkey legs I smoked. But it was real impressive. It was real impressive, very intense, man. And I was kind of, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really on either one, but I like what I saw. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was good with the meal I had. Yeah, but this weather been a little crazy down here, man.
Okay. Well, I do want to say, Halliburton kind of reminds me of a superstar that's in the league that like to pass that ball off, like to he needs help. He needs dependent on his team. So
Jordan, quit playing.
Vance, before you say something, you gonna let everybody understand you don't know much about basketball. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna go back to my young brother with his son. That Anthony. That's correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Anthony. Hey man, and I really want your son to hear this because I've been in this business for a long time, man. If you got pressure and you're making $40 million, something's wrong with you. You making $40 million a year and you got pressure to play a game that you to play for free, and something wrong.
And see, look, that's the thing about Halliburton, man. Like he enjoys this game. If you look at him at every interview, man, it's like even when they lose, he's like, man, this is fun. Like, man, this is so fun. Like, so he brings that joy back to basketball.
So there's no pressure on him. I just wanted with your son there because he's inspiring to be at that level. He's inspired. There should be no pressure on any man doing what he loves to do, making $40 million. If it is, he's crazy.
Maybe
Well,
maybe pressure was the wrong word. Maybe I should have said the focus.
well, yeah, but no, I get what you're
But you
saying.
got to
See,
remember, this is the guy that everybody said was the most overrated player in basketball. You know, but they didn't say their names. They said it. But look where he's at now. And I guarantee you, whomever those people would have said it, if they were players or if they were coaches, they're not
yeah,
in the finals. So
you,
it's kind of
Your
like
team, your team makes a difference.
it's
yeah,
kind
but
of like the
players,
girl that plays for the draft pick that plays for Dallas. What's her name? Paige Becker. She's got this commercial. She said, guess what? People gonna say what they want to say anyway. If I dress this way, somebody gonna say something. If I dress that way, somebody gonna say something. So you know what? The best thing to do is to do what you want to do, you know, without infringing on anybody else, and be happy. Be joyous. You did what you wanted to do. Be happy about it. And
Amen.
that's what Tyrese Halliburton is. He's a person, you know, because his family went through some, you know, his mom, I think, you know, went through some serious stuff. Basketball is just a game. It's other parts of life that this dude been through that, hey, it lets me know now.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a game. They pay me to play the game I love to play. It was
look,
serious stuff.
yeah, but you know, see, all of these guys, look, it's just like in that moment, you know, they're getting their butterflies, but that's not pressure. See, and the thing is that it's always the fans or those pundits like Vance that start talking about that person has pressure on them. What? You don't know the first thing about what they got. Just like when you hear people talk, he don't have no heart. But yeah, guess what? You're not gonna walk up to him in no alley and start talking smack. See, and look, and as far as people being themselves and doing what they want, because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no way in the world I'm Vance and I'm sitting up in a purple room with some cute colors
Wow.
on, with some cute colors, and sitting up here trying to talk about something. You know, everybody know those dogs can't bark. It's already known. You know, y'all the cats are mad because y'all meowing.
Well, is he reading off a script or he just
Yeah,
talking?
he on one.
Is he scripted over there? Hey, next
But
time
now,
only let him wait 8 minutes. He might calm down on you. You had
Hey,
him
nah,
out in the
man.
cold.
how come all y'all was in before then? All y'all was in there waiting. We waiting on one. There he is. We waiting on him trying to get up in here. So you know, it's all good. But I tell you what though, it's a good series. We wanted to see for it to go 7, but our pacer, if you for them Pacers, you better hope it goes 6.
Actually, this is one of those series that does help basketball because the WNBA was almost taken over. I'm being honest with you.
Stop, Larry.
Hey, people were getting tired of seeing these brothers every 5 minutes crying at a rough, talking about this, you know, talking about that, and then, you know, not playing on days because they hurt their finger or their toe. I mean, people were getting tired of that, man, because, you know, people pay money to come see the star players play. And if I hadn't, you know, saved up this whole year to go see a game because you know, Aunt Davis gonna play, and I'm in town 3 days, and they got you know, they're gonna play in LA and they're gonna play in the Clippers. I can see both of them, and now he don't play, and I hadn't spent, you know, almost $14,000 to bring my 2 kids, my wife, you know, my son, and now he ain't playing, and that's who my
All you
kids want
spent
to
was
play.
14,000.
Well, I'm just saying, in LA, the hotels, living in Airbnb, you get
That's
close
what I'm
to it. You
saying.
stay
All
there
you
4
spent.
days.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. All you spend is 14,000.
No, but I'm just saying that I'm just throwing out a number. You know,
Oh yeah.
again, you know, it was losing traction. I'm being honest, but this series right here, just like Anthony said, anybody that loves basketball, you love this series. These two guys, these two teams are giving you everything they got. They leaving it on the floor. They're not worried about the next game. They leaving it, And it shows because at the end of the game, both of them came back when they could have easily said, throw the towel in, man. We'll wait for the next game.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Nah, they
So,
fought for that one.
yeah,
I want to give somebody else a
every
chance to
game
talk
they
before I
won.
come in on that.
Go ahead on.
No, I want to give somebody else a chance to talk before I come in on that.
When you start giving somebody else a chance to
That's
talk,
what I'm talking about, man.
Well, see, but that's the whole thing. You know, I don't get to talk. Okay, but since you said it, because I did
Oh,
want to
look, boy, look at here.
I did want to piggyback off of when what Dirty said about the legs, right? See, the thing is that, like Larry said, if you love basketball, there's no way in the world you can't tell me that you're not enjoying this series. But the problem is, and it's something that's existed for decades, and at some point, that's what people are going to have to start calling out, not small markets, but small mentalities that people have, that if games are in small markets, they can't be good. Everybody don't get to play big city boy like Vance. Some of us got to be country boy like Phil from Langston, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that if you're a true person that really knows and enjoys basketball, you can't help but love this series. And I get tired of the numbers are pitiful. No, that's not because of the basketball. It's because of the pitiful-minded people. That's what that is. Vance, I didn't mean to talk about you, but you know.
perfect example to what you just said, Phil, is if you guys have been watching, if you love basketball, you'll watch WNBA too, because them girls playing now. That team from Golden State sold out every game they played, and they'd been on the road knocking off big team. They just knocked off Las Vegas the other day, just knocked off LA the other day. They're not playing because, again, it's the opportunity that you get there. You already know everybody think you're underdog because you're a brand new team, you know, and you got to get leftovers off other teams. Plus, you starting with a bunch of rookies, you know, that you got, and then you have to go get some old veterans that's been out the league. Oh, but they lighten it up, and everybody's coming because they play the game the right way. The ones that shoot. The ones that rebound. You ain't got girls. The guys, you got guys that can't shoot. Shooting in the NBA still. Dude, you can't shoot. Pass the ball.
Now,
You don't get paid your money for being a rebounder or a defender. And the teams that are playing now, both of those teams, OKC and Indiana, those guys play their role. All of them play their role. And that's what makes them great. And
somebody else save me. Somebody go in and start talking right now.
Why? You ready? You ready to explode?
No, but I'm ready to say something.
Put your
ahead.
hand up. Act like you in class. Put your hand
do
up.
it. Yep, that's
No,
He
what
said-
Larry is saying is it. Those that can shoot. Those that can rebound. I tell everybody, and Vance hates me for this. And you know this is the truth. I'm looking for my Bible now. Vance, you know this is the truth. Vance can't stand the women's game. I don't care how it goes. I tell everybody, if you don't know anything about basketball, or if you want to learn something about basketball, watch the women's game. You want to talk about it? That is the game to watch. And I'm so glad to have Larry because Larry understands that. Vance and a couple of other guys on another show, they don't get that.
It's some fire basketball in the WNBA right now, man.
yes, it is.
It's real competitive, and some of them games you might see a little squabble, you know.
Well, it's a physical game.
Very physical, you know.
Nothing wrong with a little cat fight.
You know.
Hey, man. Nafisha, I'm going to give a shout out to Nafisha Collier. Nafisha Collier plays with the Minnesota Lynx, is one of the best basketball players ever. And in college, the coach really didn't even know how to really use her when she first came, and I'm telling you, the girl got every skill you need that's required and the mental fortitude and the physical toughness to play this game like no other. So anybody that know her, there's nothing you can say negative about Nafisha Collins. I still pick out some of the best basketball players in the NBA.
Okay,
and you still can say negative things about it, but there's not one negative thing you can say about this lady. If you do, tell me, and I'll do that to anybody. And that's what I'm saying.
I can tell you one thing, Larry. So you got some people hating that she's not blonde.
Like, okay, I go back to what the young girl for the Dallas Wings said. Hey, Paige Becker said they're gonna say it anyway, regardless.
No, she's a really good player. Doesn't mind mixing it up. I like her.
You got a game like old Bernard King used to have.
She was just on the front page of one of the sports things, headlining.
But see, that's the other thing, guys, and please, and your young man, please, and just to let you know, man, I played the game, I coached the game, I was a sports agent, I represented NBA players. I want you to know that I ain't just somebody sitting on this couch tonight being lazy, and you saying, what about that dude there? And Vance can tell you this because Vance has known me a long time. I was the smallest, but I guarantee you I commanded more respect on the court than most people did. That wasn't in the NBA at the time. Okay, so my whole point in saying what I'm saying is I love the game. I've been playing it when I was knee high to a grasshopper. You say you're in the fifth or sixth?
Fifth.
Going to six.
I'm in the fifth grade, going to the sixth.
Yeah, I'm trying to make you get in the conversation because you love this game. But by the time the elementary I went to, you had to be in the third grade to start playing, on teams when I was going to school. I was in the second grade and I started on the fifth grade team. And again, not because of me, because I'm the youngest of five brothers. So that because of playing them, when I went to school, kids didn't matter to me because I had already been paying my big brothers. So kids meant nothing to me, which is why I was explaining to your father pressure. The only pressure I had was if I don't win this game, I'm gonna have to wrestle with them dudes when I get home. I had that kind of pressure, but Halliburton ain't got that kind of pressure. That was the pressure I had. But when you playing this game, man, you not only playing for yourself, you got to watch everybody else. And when you see somebody over there that doing something, and let's say you can't do it as good as they, that's the part of your game that you go back to next week at practice and work on. You don't try to do it during the game. You never try to change what you do in the game. You go back and you practice. And you can learn something from anybody, even if it's what not to do. So being a basketball, prodigy like yourself, man, you really want to learn this game. You want to be good at it. Look at people. Don't just say I like Shea Gilgeous because Shea Gilgeous ain't the best player. There's somebody better than Shea Gilgeous. But you want to look at everybody. I want to look at Halliburton. What is the Halliburton do that makes him so good on his team? And the one thing he does is when you least expect it, he hits you with a big punch. That's what he do. But he rarely turns the ball over. But, in this series, he had some games where he did. But he rarely does it over the course of an 82-game series. Mm-hmm. He's one of the best guys, take care of the ball. He's going to drop, 6, 7, anywhere from 6 to 8 assists guaranteed every night. Mm-hmm. Consistency is the biggest part of being a professional, that you come constantly and consistently every day doing what you do, not trying to do something else. No one can stop you from doing what you do. And that's what makes those guys, the players they are, man. When guys say, you heard this before, I guarantee you heard guys say, man, how do you get to the NBA? All he do is play defense. You just heard what you said. You might want to start playing defense.
He's consistent.
Because that'll get you to the NBA. Okay, all he can do is Westbrook. He's faster than everybody. He jump higher, but he out of control most time. But wait, what did you say? He's faster and he jump higher than everybody, right? Well, you might want to add that to your repertoire. Those are the things you do as a player trying to be the best player. You're taking a little bit from everybody. You don't just pick one person because that one person ain't the best player. It's somebody Shea Gilgeous would tell you, man, I don't like playing against him. I just can't. I can't handle him.
Nimrod, what's his name?
Huh?
From Nimrod, yeah.
No, I mean, so my whole point, and I've never heard him say that, but I know it as a basketball player. You're gonna always have that 1-2 people that you say, man, I don't like playing them dudes, man.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm saying I wanted to get you involved because I know the rest of us are over the hill. We basketball can't give us anything. We can roll it back to everybody else like you, but it ain't gonna give us nothing no more. But for you, I just want you to have an open mind. I want you to learn as much as you can, be a sponge on the court. Even when you're playing against somebody, when they do something and you say, man, how did he do that? Even against you, I'm just saying. I'm sitting there going, whoa, you see what he just did? Now, I may not do it that game, but the next game, I'll do it to somebody else because it worked on me. And I don't think too many people are better than me. And I know that's the way you feel. Ain't too many people, but it worked on me, right? So then I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in my game. So I just want to give you that knowledge,
Pass it
man,
on.
you know, while we sitting there. Because I'm telling you, when you said Shea Gilgeous and then you said, I don't really watch Halliburton, you're doing yourself a disservice. You don't have to like him. You just want to learn. Because he's where you trying to get, right? Right?
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to get there, right? So you might want to learn from the ones that's already there.
Yeah.
That's just me, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, man, hey, y'all, this has been great, man. I do want to kind of Phil, we finished. I need one more question. Man,
what you talking about?
Man, I know you. Larry did great. We don't need you to jump on it and try to throw some frosting on it and it's liquefied. It just is running all over the cake. Hey, my man spit out some good knowledge right there, man. So I'm trying to hold that dude in that blue shirt for messing it all up. But anyway, fellas, that was great information, man, and great talk on the series. Like we said, we really don't know, but I think I'm gonna stick with Indiana till we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Oh, you gonna switch up if something happened, huh?
Wait.
Well, you
That's
gonna
what he
switch up,
does.
guy, huh?
That's what he does.
Why not?
He said, "Why
I'm gonna
not?"
stick with him. Hey, man. In actuality, Dirty, I pick way better than all them cats, man. That other show he's talking about, I'm way ahead of them as far as picking winners. But did you see when he first came in? When he threw up L's, we're gonna throw L's. So I pick number winners. That's how I go. But anyway, fellas, real quick, I'm gonna ask you this, and it's been kind of wondering. So do y'all think Ant-Man? Some people are saying that Anthony Edwards is going to be the face of the NBA, the next face of the NBA. What do you say, Larry? Do you think, or do you have someone that you don't think he is?
Cade Cunningham, man. Cade Cunningham, Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons will be in the finals next year.
And Cade Cunningham is going to be the face of the league.
I ain't talking what nobody's talking about right now because there's a guy that's in LA somewhere right now that's still the face of the league. I mean, until he decides he's gonna move around, Until
he decides he's gonna move around.
Yeah, like go off on another adventure. Lead the basketball world.
Oh,
as far as the face, baseball. Whatever.
This thing gonna play.
He'd be better than Michael Jordan did in baseball. I guarantee you that.
Not now.
Now.
No, Larry. Okay, no.
He ain't gotta do nothing but come in a designated hit, man.
That's all he had to do. and wait, you think he was judge? He'd be slapping that thing to 440 yards every time he got up the bat. I mean, he gonna strike out or he gonna knock out, one of the two. But I guarantee he gonna swing all three.
Yeah, I hope he will get his swings on. If he's on there at the plate, I sure hope he get his swings. But no, I don't know. But anyway, okay. So you say Cade Cunningham. Philip, what you say is at?
First of all, I say don't set up and disrespect his name and call him Cade instead of Cade Cunningham.
I said C-A-D-E.
No, Vance. Vance said Cade.
You know what? Hey, Phil, since you've been getting stumped here lately, you're trying hard.
See, I'm telling you right now.
I've been destroying you.
You got to put some respect on Oklahoma State. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay.
Vance has this pendant to hate on Oklahoma. So,
okay.
Look,
and you following up Larry? Because I can feel y'all on the same wave.
Look. You have people that people have already talked about, right? I'm talking about going from Ja Morant to Ant-Man and all of that nature, right? All of that's played out stuff. Larry is trying to let you know the next guy that you are going to be talking about, you're going to hear people saying superstar in their breath, is going to be Cade Cunningham. That brother is doing it. He's doing it. And look, if it hadn't been for injuries the previous year and early first coming in, you probably already know how to pronounce his name, Vance. Cade Cunningham, Detroit Pistons. I'm telling you.
So is that what you're saying? You backing up Larry?
Yes, that's what I'm backing up Larry. If you're going to have somebody, it's not going to be anybody that already out there that people are talking about. It's going to be somebody like a Cade Cunningham. It's going to work organically. And the way it's going to work is because the Pistons are coming, and they are coming. And I'm telling you, that's when you're going to see him pop, and it's going to seem like he's coming out of nowhere because he's the new name in all of these names that have been here for a minute. That's why you
have a new name. Now I see him coming up. Now he's coming up, a young superstar, coming up. But the face,
why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna get fooled though. Okay. What do y'all say down there, Anthony and Dwayne? Who y'all think the next face?
I don't know who the next face is. Honestly, man, I don't think Ant-Man wants it. Honestly, I don't think he's worried about that. He just want him hoop. He don't care about he hooping and living his life. He's not really worried about any face or being somebody's role model or anything. He's just living life and enjoying basketball. But
everybody can't do it.
I think honestly the face should be Shea. If they win, I'm pretty sure he's got to be the strongest candidate in my eyes. I don't see who else, and I don't see, but he's Canadian, so I don't think that they're going to make that happen. So, I feel like the face of the NBA always has to be an American player. That's just kind of how it's.
You just said the first thing that's correct.
But the NBA it's
you
American.
You think so, Larry?
With all the foreign players that are coming in, man, the NBA they trying to hold on to what they're trying to hold on to because foreign basketball is trying to take over the NBA.
He hit the nail. He hit the nail on the head.
I just feel like the NBA is. I feel like the reason we're even having this conversation is because the NBA is literally just waiting for the next American player to say, "Hey, I want this," but nobody really give a damn. They're just trying to hoop.
Yeah, but the thing is too is that part of these people, part of the detriment, and that's why when I say that it has to be something that organically comes on people, and part of the reason that when we look at it and you talk about international players, right? The names now are the best of the best that you've seen. And guess what? They can't get there, even though some people would probably put some of them there at another point if a guy in Los Angeles wasn't there. And that's why Larry and I are saying that if it's organic, and then especially if you throw in the American theme, it's going to have to be somebody that's coming up and out that's really not being talked about right now, like a Cade Cunningham.
Cade
That's
might not want it either because it's a lot of responsibility that comes with being it. People don't want to want that scrutiny. You know what I'm saying? They want to just like on the. I don't know if you watched the what's the name show, but they were talking about it's like you can either be the people's choice type of player or you can be the face of the NBA. People rather be the people's choice, a people's champion, or whatever you want to call it, because that allows you to be just like the face, but you can still be yourself. And I think that's what people want.
Yeah, but the thing is that going with that face again, it's not it's not an assignment. Cade is going to have to, and people are going to get a chance to see that Cade has some fire and some things to him. See, people don't really get a chance to see anything about Cade Cunningham because of where Detroit's been. And once they come out, people are going to get a chance to see, hey, it's something to this guy. You only have to go back and look at some video clips that are out there, and you can get a chance to see that he could literally beat the.
I don't know if he's the next player. I mean, honestly, if it ain't Shea, it should have been Wemby. But you know, he went out with an injury. But like I said, I think it's the narrative. It got to be
again. They can't come in until this guy in LA goes out.
Now Wemby has enough star power to take him straight out, man.
No, he does not.
I think so. If Wemby would have finished the season,
he still wouldn't have been the face of the league.
Man, say the Spurs season would have been a little bit crazy with a rookie of the year.
Spurs could have won 60 games. He still wouldn't have been the face of the league.
I don't know. The playoffs always go through LA or San Antonio or Texas, I should say. So if the Spurs could have made it somehow to the playoffs without losing Wemby, I think we're looking at a whole different scenario. But at the end of the day, like I said, the foreign players right now are the ones that have the opportunity to be face of the league, but the league is not pushing that. You know, they've pushed all the flashy superstars that have been American players.
The league is not pushing that.
They just, those players don't want to, you know, the media pushes them out, all this look, but those players, they don't want to do it. They want to hold up gun signs or guns, or they just don't want to do it, man. Like, it's just,
that's why it's
not what it's cracked up to be. You know, they always say these youngsters, man, they learn. You know what I'm saying? They learn. These youngsters are smart. They have access to all the information. These youngsters are smart. They've seen what it is in the past. They don't want to do that. They making their money. They don't want to. You the face of the league and you mess up, then you lose all your endorsements. You lose if you don't go by their narrative. You got so much to lose, and instead of, they don't want to walk on eggshells. Them boys just want to hoop and get paid.
So I guess I want to just be clear. You think if Jai wasn't in running to be the face, if he wasn't in contention, you know, when he was hot and was getting in trouble, what you're saying is that they wouldn't have cared. Basically, you're saying because he was in contention, now he drawing attention, we can't have it. No, it's the opposite. If Ja wasn't the face of it, his ass would be out of the league. But because he is in contention, that keeps him in the league for those things he done.
I can agree that he, like I said, because that's he's that's why I said they're pushing they push the superstars that they've had. You know, the guys that are flashy that are making these plays, but it's these guys. It comes down to the decisions that you're gonna make. You know, it comes down to your character. There's a lot of things that go into it. Like I talk to my son about right now, name, image, and likeness. You know, there's a lot that goes into that, man. I talk to him all the time about choosing his friends. I talk to him all the time about how we choose the team that we choose, because it's not just the kids are good, but we look at the parents. Like, what type of parents are we dealing with? Are these parents going to get us in trouble every game, or are these the parents that are instilling values in their kids? Like, because these are the kids you're going to be around. So if you're around the right kind of kids, you have a better chance of keeping your name, your image, and your likeness in the right place. When you hanging around folks that's got you doing what John Morant out here doing, now you're damaging your name, your image, and your likeness. So if you wanted to be the face of the NBA because you have all these other things going for you, now that's not the name, the image, or the likeness that the league wants to go with. So now you just making flashy plays and you making highlights, but it's not getting you to that next level. And your team is not, and on top of that, your team is not excelling. You know, you're not actually leading a team deep into the playoffs. You're not doing those things. So, I mean, you're not showing that you're really a winner like the face of the league needs to truly be. So there's a lot of things that go into play. You got too many distractions. You know, it's just in Anthony Edwards, I'm not gonna say I don't really know, I don't really get into that. I don't deal with child support. It's not something I've ever had to deal with, so I don't really speak on it too much. But I just don't feel like that's something that he wants. He's a great player. I think he wants to continue to be competitive. But I don't think that he wants the responsibility of being the face of the league and having everybody in his life like that. He just want to hoop. And he's young, man. He enjoying being young, having money, and playing basketball, living his dream. That's why I say these players don't necessarily want it, because it's like the choices that they make. If they wanted that, you would see Anthony Edwards everywhere. But you don't, you only see him everywhere like you see John Morant everywhere, because they hooping and they making the news for what he said to it. Like, you can't go being the face of the league and go to a fan and tell him my dick's bigger than yours. That's wild, bro. Like, oh, here's our face of the league right here. Look at him. You know what I mean? That's not what Adam Silver trying to do, man. So, like I said, it comes down to the choices you're making. Not allowing, like I say, Shea, man, he speaks well at every interview. There's a lot that goes into it, but he's not American, so
Yep.
Because why else would they?
And every point you made is very, very important, and it's right on point. It's in my understanding is that the only problem is there is no player that's in the NBA that wouldn't want to be the face of the NBA. There's not one. That's their ego. The ego itself.
You would think that.
You want it, but not all of them know how to obtain it. It's just like when you go to class. Everybody finna take the test. We all want to make 100. We all want to make 100, but most of us don't know how to. So that don't mean that they don't want the 100. They just don't know how to go about getting it. And that one that know he didn't study, he started throwing pencils across the room just so the teacher can send him to the office. That he did. It still didn't take away the fact that he wanted to make 100.
Yeah. But I think this is a situation where two things can be right.
Right. And I told him I agree with everything. I think they all want to be.
I think that when you look at this day and age of social media, this day and age where people really have a tendency not, and I'm talking about fans and pundits and people in general, have a tendency to overstep boundaries at times. The thing is this: all of these guys have had a window into the life of LeBron James and have seen, no matter how good he may be on the court, off the court, the scrutiny, the relentless scrutiny that you have to go through. Yeah, you want all the pomp and circumstance, but you sure ain't wanting to do with that crowd. And can't nobody tell you you won't get it because they've had a chance to see you give it to a guy that you can't name the trouble of the bad stuff that he's been in or done. So two things can be right. Yeah, they don't want it, but they don't want that nonsense, because it's nonsense that people are going to come at them with.
But you brought up something important too, because here recently we've seen LeBron with his wife and his kids get heckled on the sidelines by fans, and he don't do nothing. But when somebody like Anthony Edwards gets heckled, he responded the way he did. But that's why I say it's the difference, and it's the choices that you make. You know what I mean? And it's just you got to learn how to have that self. It requires you having that self control and being able to be that person. You can't be young and wild and doing that. But LeBron been the face of the league since he came in, 19 years old. Like he had that level of maturity already. You know, so it's when you see somebody like Anthony Edwards who's older than that and he still can't do that. It's like you don't. To me, that just says you don't want it. You know what I mean? Like you do other things.
Well, yeah, because he's saying, you know what? Hey, fuck that. I can get enough commercials and things to supplement my income. I don't have to be where somebody says you the face of the league. I got plenty of people that think I'm mighty good. And
that's why that people's champ, you know.
Yeah, I'm good enough to be their face that they want to see. But why would I put myself into this when somebody see me get a Coke out of the machine and say, my God, he got a Coke and not a Sprite. You know what I'm saying?
There's
Who wants to
There's
deal
no
with that
privacy for
nonsense?
these guys, no. Not in today's, like back in the day, there was a lot more privacy, but like you said, you can't buy a Coke.
Can't do nothing. And the news travels just like that.
Bam. So let me ask y'all this: what if the Pacers win? Because Halliburton didn't get the finals, the conference finals MVP,
right?
But what if Pacers win? What if he gets finals MVP? Is Halliburton the face of the league? Is he superstar and face of the league? Is he?
No.
Because the media can have a lot to do with that, right? Because they can push that narrative.
No.
We got a guy so good. He tried to fight Giannis, man. Come on.
Look,
so here's my take on that. Nothing can just be given for 1 year of service. I mean, this is a race. It's a marathon. It's not about what you did this 1 year. It's to be the face. It's got to be continual. That's why I told you when I say it's consistency, along with you doing everything you're supposed to do.
See, I'm mad at Larry. Larry saying everything I was gonna say. See, I'm mad.
No, but the whole point
I'm just saying because the league is so hungry for it, and if he delivers on something like this, he's already had all the game-winning shots. It's just like how they like to continue to roll with the narrative, man. And I don't know.
Hey, man, Janet Jackson had a song out. He said, "What have you done for me lately?" And I'm telling you, they ran. The world ran with that. They was like, dude, I mean, you had a game winner. Do you still remember that shot he hit? Right now, I remember him, what he did. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing. I'm just saying, I saw what I saw. So if you ask me what I saw, I'm going to tell you what I saw. I mean, if you want me to see something different, you got to do something different. But it won't be for no 1 year of him doing this, because let's be real. Even though they went to the playoffs last year and went deeper into the playoffs, you really wasn't hearing his name a lot like you are now. It only was the controversy that really brought his name to the forefront. When everybody started saying he's overrated. Again, that's one thing that I'll tell you something. When people are talking about you, that means you're doing something.
Keep talking about me, Vance.
You're doing something. Because who wastes their time?
Keep talking about me, Vance.
What is that something?
There you go. Who wastes their time talking about somebody that ain't nothing?
Yeah, nobody. But it depends on what that something is, though, Larry. That's something.
No, but we're in a positive forum, so we only positive.
That's a foul.
I don't bring negativity into my life, so that's what I'm saying. If I'm ever, even like my man Dwayne, if I ever talk to you, I promise you, it's only on a positive tip, bro. It ain't. I'm not confrontational. I used to be, but I ain't, because I grew up. No, I mean, you go through things, some things. And the one thing I don't do is change anybody's opinion, because guess what? At the end of the day, I just told Phil this today, so he'll know I ain't lying. Dude, if you ask me something and I don't know the answer to it, or if you ask me something that really is not pertaining to my life or what I do or anything, or my family, I don't have a reply. There's nothing. I'm not a person who just want to give an opinion. That's what's wrong with our society. Everybody want to give an opinion. I stay in my lane. I know what I'm good at. I know what I profess. I know what I guarantee you I would get it 8 out of 10 times correct. You know, and I believe in percentages. You know, if I go try and do something and I did it 10 times and 4 times I did it right, 6 I failed, that might not be where I want to go. Unless I figured out what I did wrong and I can correct that. Mm-hmm. So I stay in my lane. But again, when it comes to the sport, I mean, I've invested my life in it. I'm being honest with you. Every penny I've ever made had something to do with a basketball. I mean, so for me to not really focus on that, I would be a fool. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm not a fool, trust me. So that's the way I take it. Now we talk tomorrow about a car, you know, a Chevrolet, Ford, or whatever, and bro, I'd be just like Dirty up there, quiet as a church mouse, because I don't know nothing about no cars, bro. I don't know. I know to buy them for my wife, my son, my dog, and I drive my Ford pickup, and I'm cool, bro. That's what I know.
Yeah.
About it.
So Larry, before we go on, man, how did Phil take it when you told him?
Speak on what you.
No, he said the world would be better if people were like that.
And Larry, what did I tell you I do? What did I say about that conversation that I had with somebody?
That you're about the conversation that you had with somebody, or our conversation?
No, I told you about the conversation I had with somebody, and when the alpha conversation.
Oh yeah. When the guy said we both the alphas, and he said, well, that's why it's gonna work, because I'm gonna stay in my lane. I know what I bring to the table, and you bring interviewing kids and all that stuff and talking to the coaches. I don't do that, so I stay in my lane. You stay in yours, and it turned out to be a great thing, even though he thought at the beginning.
So see, Vance, you see that synergy? Larry and I have that thought. Stay in our lane.
Please do.
Please
do.
Vance be driving all over the street, running people over.
Get out the way.
If I could, one more time for the young fella, Anthony, right?
Yes, sir. His name is Dwayne.
Okay, see, so Dwayne, what is it that you do well in basketball? What skill do you have that sets you apart from everybody else?
My offense and my defense.
I mean, what about your offense? What do you do? You know.
What is my offense and my defense first?
No, like offensively, do you dribble the ball well and get to the basket? Can you shoot threes? Can I create for my teammates better than anybody else? You know, what do you do that sets you apart from I do things that I know some people can't do. What is it that you do that you think, you know, sets you apart from other people that, you know, a lot of people can't do what you do? Just your age group. I'm just saying right now, just your age group. What is it you do that a lot of people can't do?
On offense, I slow the game down, and I have a shooter, a very good shooter. His name's Buddy. And on offense, I slow the game down, kind of. I run plays right, and I get my shooter open. That's what gets us our points. And me driving, that's not big. But yeah.
Now, you never told me what position you played, but I heard you talk earlier when Vance was talking to you, and y'all were just talking, and you just seemed to me like a point guard, like you're a leader. Okay, so I gathered that. So I'm taking it that you are a point guard, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but again, as a point guard, you know what you just said are very important things. Probably the most important. When you saying the word "slow it down," what you say is I get everybody in position so that we can be effective, the best of our ability, with what we got. You know your players. You know who can do this and who can't do that. Believe me, there's only let's say there's 1,000 players playing, there's probably only 10 that can do that. So that sets you apart. That's what I mean by it sets you apart from everybody else. And I got a principle, and I taught my sons this. And just to let you know, one of my sons coaches professional basketball. He coached for the Lakers. He coached for Phoenix. He coached overseas. My other son played professional football. But this was the reason I think they made it. I gave them the 10% rule. 10% rule means there's 100 people trying to do what you're trying to do. Automatically, when you go there, you got to know 50% of them don't even qualify. Already off the bat, before we even start, 50% don't even qualify. So I'm not even in competition against them. So I'm not thinking that I see 100. I only see 50. Out of those 50, like your father was talking about, something in their past is going to come up in their record or somewhere that's going to let them, the coaches, know that this ain't the person I want on my team. So you lost another 25 right there. So now it's 25 of y'all left. You get down to the point you say, okay, well, I'm better than 10 of these 25 that's left. I'm just better than them. So now you got 15. Now it's a matter of you getting out after that, just making sure I'm in that top 10%. I'm going to do what I got to do. So if you take that ideology for everything you do, when I go for a job interview, I already know I got the job. I'm not going to get the job. I'm going to get them to say, okay, you start Monday, you start Tuesday. That's my mindset. And you have to already see it. Being a point guard, you have to see it before it happens. That's what makes point guards great. Okay? Magic Johnson to tell you this, he'll say, man, I saw the play. After I took 2 dribbles, I already saw the play. I already knew what I was going to do before I even crossed half court because I saw it. Because you already played the script in your mind. So I'm just giving you pointers, man, that your dad, I know he's working with you and he's going to keep working with you. I'm just showing you a different way. You know, I know he probably has the same approach. But when people get together and I tell my, way of doing it, he got his way of doing it. You find a happy medium. Remember I said, take a little bit from everybody, and then you put together a master plan for yourself. Now, all 10 of those or 9 of those other guys come to you. They don't know you took something from each one of them. They only think they can still beat you by doing what they do. But I can do what all y'all do. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what makes Superman better than all the rest of the superheroes. You know, I can do. Tell me what you do, and I can do it too. Tell me what he can do. I'm the king of the superheroes because I can do all that. You get what I'm saying?
Like me.
So that's my words of wisdom for you, man. Every time I see a young person, I wrote a book, and that is knowledge is a lip, just you talking to somebody away from them understanding it. But if no one ever tells you, you trying to figure it out, it's gonna take you a long time. And I know you sit there and go, and I know your daddy gonna agree with this 100%. Your daddy tell you something every day. You think it's the worst thing in the world. Somebody else come along, tell you the same thing. You think it's sent by God. Nobody loves you more than that man sitting next to you. Nobody will give you their heart if you needed it, but that man sitting next to you. That you said you enjoyed Father's Day. That's what you take away from this. Whatever my daddy tell me, I'm running with it.
I think Larry said something really important there. Vance, when I'm telling you stuff, don't go to Dirty and let Dirty tell you, and you think it's something.
Well, on that tip, y'all, I think we all got lessons tonight. We can all take something from
Everybody got a lesson.
I appreciate that, though, man. Thank you. That was real stuff, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Larry. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody that's on the panel tonight, man. I said panel, man. We just came together. I just call y'all. Started out with a Father's Day shout out, man. You know, we're doing a Father's Day, man, and this is good. It was good, man. It bloomed into something, man. I was listening intensely. So, Dwayne, you know, hey, take what you want that works for you, and use it. And like you said, man, ain't nobody love you more than that than Anthony, Chef Anthony, that's sitting right next to you, man. So you know, we wish you a lot of success, brother. A lot of success, man. Say, fellas, I really appreciate y'all taking y'all time to come in and sitting on TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach. Had a great Father's Day. Well, it's over now. It's after midnight here in Central Time, Standard Time.
It ain't never over, man.
Everybody's Central Time right now. So
it ain't never over.
Yeah.
So blackout, but man, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's every day.
There you go.
Never.
So guys, man, until we, you know, I'm gonna have to gather us again, man. Larry, I appreciate it. Hey, you always do good job for us, man. And you know, now I know that you in cahoots with Phil. Phil has got that now. I mean, it's amazing, man. We'll have another discussion, Larry. Larry, we have another discussion.
Vance, I called you first this morning. You didn't answer. Phil called me. I call you. Well, Phil text me. I call Phil.
They working together.
See, that's what he's doing. He's trying to build his little group around. He got Mark, he got Jeremiah, he got them all, man. So, and now he just got two more, Anthony and Dwayne. So it's all good, y'all. So we're gonna get out of here, fellas. Hey, Anthony, Dwayne, appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Great meeting you, man. Great meeting you.
Yes,
I'm looking to hear some great things about you, Dwayne.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Anthony.
And man, and like I said, man, we wanted to put some content over here on TAAN TV, man. Larry, they put up some good content, man. He be out there, doing his thing. So
where are you from, Ant?
We from San Antonio.
Oh, okay. I lived there before. We bought the championship to St. Gerard's when I used to coach there.
Okay, I got family that went to St. Gerard's, man. A couple of my cousins went there, so yeah, that's what's up.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Look at you. I'm. It's time for my. I'm like Dwayne. He stayed up longer than me. So
I get that gym at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Put it in. Get in. Get in, D.
Ain't nothing for a stepper, man. Ain't nothing.
Get it in, man.
Ain't nothing for a stepper, man.
Yeah.
The hard part is just getting up, man. Once you get up and get in there, man, that's the easy part, man.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, we out of here, y'all. I'm gonna shut this down, man. Glad to see you, Dirty. Glad to see you, Anthony, Dwayne, Philly.
Hey, Dirty. Next time, tell Vance to talk about something you want to talk about, man. I want to hear more about you, man.
We'll see. The thing about it, we was on earlier, and we did our whole thing, our run on the Renter Dad. So I got him. We just chilling, man. I just, you know, I'm
I'll be back on here, man.
Yeah, Dirty, you gotta talk more because that forced me to have to talk. And
ain't
Phil, stop that. It don't take nothing to force you to talk. You'll talk.
Yeah,
even when we leave tonight, you still gonna be talking.
We'll talk the dictionary out of words. All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna get out of here tonight, man. I'm gonna play this commercial, y'all, and y'all be safe.
All right.
Until we meet again. Let's do this.
Later, brothers.
Peace out.
There again, brothers.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all.
It's